Chocolate. The very word conjures images of indulgence and delight. From simple pleasures like a chocolate bar to elaborate desserts, chocolate holds a special place in our hearts and on our taste buds. But have you ever stopped to wonder where this beloved treat comes from? The story of chocolate is a fascinating journey that spans centuries and continents, filled with cultural exchange, innovation, and of course, delicious discoveries. Get ready to embark on a captivating exploration of chocolate's sweet history. We'll travel back in time to ancient Mesoamerica, where it all began. Along the way, we'll meet the people who first cultivated the cacao bean and learn how they transformed it into a revered drink. We'll follow the path of chocolate as it made its way across the ocean to Europe. Fasten your seatbelts, chocolate lovers. Things are about to get delicious. Our journey begins in the steamy rainforests of Mesoamerica, the cradle of chocolate civilization. Here, around 1500 BC, the Olmecs, one of the earliest civilizations in the Americas, made a groundbreaking discovery. They found the cacao tree, a treasure hidden within the lush vegetation. Beneath the cacao tree's unassuming exterior lay pods filled with bitter-tasting beans. Little did they know, these beans held the secret to a world of flavor. The Olmecs were among the first to experiment with these beans, grinding them into a paste and mixing it with water and spices. This concoction, a far cry from the sweet chocolate we know today, was a bitter drink. It was likely flavored with chili peppers, honey, or herbs. Despite its bitterness, the Olmecs recognized something special in this beverage. This wasn't just any drink, it was a sacred elixir. The Olmecs used it in religious ceremonies, believing it to have mystical properties. They called it xocolatl, meaning bitter water, a name that would later evolve into the word chocolate. With the Olmecs, the story of chocolate begins, a story of reverence, ritual, and the tantalizing allure of the cacao bean. The rainforests of Mesoamerica were not just a backdrop but a vital part of this story. The dense, humid environment provided the perfect conditions for the cacao tree to thrive. The cacao tree, with its delicate flowers and vibrant pods, was a marvel of nature, a gift waiting to be unwrapped. Olmec farmers would carefully harvest these pods, understanding that they held something extraordinary. The process of transforming these beans into a drink was an art form, passed down through generations. Even the youngest members of the community were taught the importance of the cacao tree and its beans. Cacao beans were so valuable that they were used as currency, traded for goods and services, and considered a symbol of wealth. Olmec leaders would often be seen partaking in cacao ceremonies, reinforcing the bean's significance in their culture. The reverence for cacao was etched into stone, immortalized in carvings and artifacts that tell the story of a civilization's deep connection to this divine being. Today, as we enjoy a piece of chocolate, we are partaking in a tradition that spans millennia, a testament to the enduring legacy of the Olmecs and their discovery. From the rainforests of Mesoamerica, the cacao bean's journey would eventually spread across the globe, influencing cultures and cuisines far and wide. The transformation of cacao from a sacred elixir to a global commodity is a story of innovation, adaptation, and the timeless allure of chocolate. Whether in the form of a rich drink, a decadent dessert, or a simple bar, chocolate continues to captivate our senses and connect us to a history that began with the Olmecs. The roasting of cacao beans, a practice that has evolved over centuries, is a crucial step in unlocking the complex flavors we associate with chocolate today. Modern chocolatiers, much like the Olmec artisans, take great care in crafting their creations, honoring the bean's rich heritage. As we savor each bite, we are reminded of the journey that began in the heart of the Mesoamerican rainforest, a journey that continues to bring joy and wonder to people around the world. As centuries passed, the knowledge of cacao spread throughout Mesoamerica, reaching the mighty Mayan civilization. The Mayans embraced cacao with fervor, incorporating it deeply into their culture and daily life. For the Mayans, cacao was a divine gift from the gods. They believed the cacao tree was sacred, a symbol of life and fertility. Cacao played a central role in Mayan religious ceremonies, where it was offered to the gods as a precious sacrifice. It was also a key ingredient in rituals marking important milestones. Births, marriages, and even deaths were celebrated with cacao. For the Mayan elite, cacao was more than a sacred drink. It was a symbol of power and status. Rulers and nobles indulged in frothy, spiced chocolate drinks, often served in elaborate vessels. Cacao beans were highly prized, so much so that they were used as currency. Imagine that, buying your groceries with cacao beans. The Mayan civilization flourished, and with it the legacy of cacao as a sacred, valuable, and utterly delicious treasure. Section 4. From the New World to Old, chocolate arrives in Europe. The journey of chocolate from the New World to the Old World is a fascinating tale of discovery, adaptation, and transformation. The year 1519 marked a turning point in the history of chocolate. This was a time of exploration and conquest, where new lands were being discovered and their treasures brought back to Europe. It was the year Hernán Cortés, a Spanish conquistador, arrived on the shores of Mexico. Cortés and his men were driven by the promise of gold and the glory that came with it. Cortés and his men were on a quest for gold and glory, but they found something even more intriguing: cacao. This humble bean would soon change the course of history. Upon meeting Moctezuma, the Aztec emperor, Cortés was introduced to xocolatl, the traditional Aztec chocolate drink. This drink was unlike anything the Spaniards had ever encountered. The Aztecs, like the civilizations before them, held cacao in high esteem. It was more than just a food item, it was a symbol of wealth and power. They believed it to be a gift from the god Quetzalcoatl, often incorporating it into their religious ceremonies and using it as currency. Cacao beans were so valuable that they were used to pay taxes and tribute. However, the Spanish conquistadors initially dismissed the bitter, spicy drink as unpalatable. They were used to sweeter flavors and found the taste of xocolatl to be quite shocking. One even described it as a bitter drink for pigs. This initial reaction, however, did not last long. Little did they know, this drink for pigs would soon captivate the taste buds of Europe. The unique flavor and the exotic origins of cacao began to intrigue the European elite. Intrigued by the value the Aztecs placed on cacao, Cortés saw an opportunity. He realized that this could be more valuable than gold in the long run. He shipped cacao beans back to Spain, along with the knowledge of how to prepare the drink. This marked the beginning of chocolate's journey to Europe. Though met with initial skepticism, chocolate's fortunes were about to change. The Spanish court was curious about this new beverage, and it wasn't long before they began to experiment with it. It was about to embark on a new chapter, one that would transform it from a bitter Mesoamerican beverage into a European sensation. The addition of sugar and spices made it more palatable to European tastes, and soon, chocolate became a coveted luxury item. The European aristocracy quickly adopted chocolate as a fashionable drink. It was served in the finest salons and became a symbol of sophistication and wealth. Chocolate houses began to spring up across Europe, much like coffee houses. These establishments became popular social hubs, where people gathered to enjoy this exotic new drink. The influence of chocolate on European culture was profound. It inspired new culinary creations and became an integral part of European cuisine. Chocolate even found its way into art and literature, symbolizing luxury, indulgence, and the exotic allure of the New World. Today, chocolate is a global phenomenon, enjoyed by people of all ages and backgrounds. Its journey from the ancient civilizations of Mesoamerica to the modern world is a testament to its enduring appeal and versatility. As we savor a piece of chocolate, we are partaking in a rich history that spans centuries and continents. From the sacred rituals of the Aztecs to the elegant salons of Europe, chocolate has truly made its mark on the world. Section 5. Chocolate takes Europe by storm. Back in Spain, chocolate encountered a chilly reception. The initial reaction was far from enthusiastic. The bitter, spicy Aztec preparation didn't sit well with European palates. The unfamiliar flavors were a shock to those accustomed to milder tastes. But the Spanish court, known for its extravagance, saw potential in this exotic New World beverage. They were intrigued by its uniqueness and the stories of its origins. They began experimenting, adding sugar, honey, and familiar spices like cinnamon and vanilla to counteract the bitterness. These additions transformed the drink into something more palatable and even delightful. Chocolate, now transformed into a sweet, luxurious drink, took the Spanish court by storm. It quickly became a favorite among the nobility, who were always on the lookout for new and exotic luxuries. It became a symbol of wealth and sophistication, a treat reserved for the elite. The rich and powerful flaunted their access to this exclusive beverage. For nearly a century, Spain held tight to the secret of chocolate. The recipe was closely guarded, and only a select few knew how to prepare it. But word of this luxurious drink eventually spread beyond Spain's borders, carried by travelers and traders. As they moved across Europe, they shared tales of this wondrous drink. By the early 1600s, chocolate fever had spread to Italy and France. The Italians and French were quick to embrace this new trend, eager to experience the latest luxury. The French court, under the Sun King Louis XIV, embraced chocolate with open arms. Louis XIV himself was a fan, and his endorsement made chocolate even more fashionable. It soon became a favorite indulgence of the aristocracy across Europe. Nobles would gather to enjoy chocolate in various forms, from drinks to desserts. Chocolate houses, the coffee shops of their time, began popping up in major cities, offering a space for people to socialize over a cup of this fashionable beverage. These establishments became popular meeting places for the elite and the rising middle class. Artisans began to craft chocolate delicacies, experimenting with different forms and flavors. This led to a variety of chocolate treats that delighted the European palate. As chocolate became more accessible, it found its way into the homes of wealthy families. It was enjoyed not just in courts and chocolate houses, but also in private residences. Markets began to feature vendors selling chocolate, making it more widely available. The demand for chocolate grew, and it became a significant part of European culture. Over the centuries, chocolate continued to evolve and spread, becoming a beloved treat across the continent. Its journey from a bitter Aztec beverage to a sweet European delight is a testament to the power of cultural exchange and innovation.